travel back in time. Whoa, right where we belong. Maybe we'll never need a reason why. Whoa, dancing till the dawn. If only we could travel back in time. Whoa, right where we belong. Maybe we'll never need a reason why. Whoa, dancing till the dawn. Born from the same branch and leaves, wild and free, living here in harmony. Don't you see? This is where you want to be. When you leave, the world is never what it seems. If only we could travel back in time. Whoa, right where we belong. Maybe we'll never need a reason why. Whoa, dancing till the dawn. If only we could travel back in time. Whoa, right where we belong. Maybe we'll never need a reason why. Whoa, dancing till the dawn.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming.
Make it. There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Aren't you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Aren't you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back? Fight back. You ain't gonna make it, you ain't never ever gonna break it. You can never beat them and they're better than you face it. Thinking that they give a damn, you're not thinking straight, kid. No, they don't give a damn, you got what I'm saying? I'm not fucking playing, I'll give it to you straight, man. There's too many others and you're not that great, man. Stop what you're saying, stop what you're making. Everybody here knows that you just faking. Nah, I don't wanna hear it anymore, I don't wanna hear it anymore. All these fucking thoughts, they are not what I need anymore. I'm about to shut the motherfucking door on all you poor ass haters with your heads in the clouds, talking out loud so proud. You better shut your goddamn mouth before I do more, speak out. It's about to head south. You're never gonna make it. There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Aren't you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Aren't you just gonna take that?
Or will you fucking fight back? Or will you fucking fight back?
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through eyes covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Counting like the four-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
Yeah. Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now, I made mistakes but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home. On my own, in the zone, that's the only way I know. Feeling low, about to blow back up. Here I won't ever let the doubt creep in. Gotta pop a couple more aspirin. I don't think I'll ever let you in. Easier to break it off best friends. I don't really understand myself. I don't really understand, need help. I don't wanna be left on the shelf. Couldn't even hear me if I yelled. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold. Break down, always feel like I could break now, but I never let it take me to that place now. I won't ever let my thoughts get away now. I got better things to do, picking fate now. I just wanna be the best, call me great now. I don't know if I'm okay or insane now. I remember better days on the playground, hoping I can find my way to even when I'm feeling down, I fight. Even when I don't know what is right, I'ma pick a side and I'ma take pride. I will decide my fate and I will never let them tell me who I am. If you try to shake me, I'll be damned. Planet on the ground is where I stand. Never give up, that was always the plan. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold.
So what is up everybody, once again we are back. This is a new day, a new dawn, and once again new scrims of PUBG Mobile. This match just started very soon and I am really anxious how this match is going to turn out to be, because just having a look at the lobby, we do have a very ideal lobby of 63 players, 17 teams having lined up in this particular plane itself. If you have a look at the flight path, a very sand hockey type typical flight path which we get to see, which is more drifted towards the western and the southern side. Definitely not a very good sign for our teams who actually like to take the northern and the eastern side of the map. But with that being said, Sandhawk is a very small map, and definitely going to a favorite drop locations is definitely not going to be a very big issue. Teams will be reaching to their drop locations very soon. Already we have one particular guy, this is Aranyo Lal Mukherjee. He says RS India, go go go. So definitely a lot of support for team RS as well. To be honest, I am really looking forward to the fight which is going to take place in boot camp. Definitely by the looks of it, I guess it might be the first fight which takes place. It looks to be the first fight which takes place in the map itself, but most of the congestion is towards the southern side, so there might be a lot of build up as well in that particular area. Camp Charlie is probably occupied by 2 teams at this point, and so is Sami. Sami has 2 teams as well. Camp Alpha is completely empty, Ruins is completely empty. I am really surprised, but this is SGX. this is Team SGX who already has drawn the first blood in this particular match. Definitely there is something going on with them. I'm not really sure where this thing is happening. I will try to shift onto them as soon as possible. This is SNXZOP. I'm not really sure how do you pronounce that, but this particular guy, he has one knock already. I'm not really sure. He does not have any kill as of now, but by the looks of it, they are at the moment fighting against team number 25. Team number 20 taking on team 25. Another team might be there as well, and as you can see, team number 13, this is team 20. This is Croxy, and he has just got the better of Blur X, one particular player from team Blur X. And with that being said, SNXCOP has been taken down, and I'm really looking forward to how Croxy can actually respond to this particular scenario. As you can see, he has taken down this particular player. Blur Aizen has been completely demolished, and with that being said, the last player from team Blur probably charging on him. This is SGX Croxy. Very initial stages of this match, what a clutch which we got to see. This is pure outstanding. Croxy OP, what a player, buddy. I mean, this guy, this is SGX Crox Z. I'm not really sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but boy oh boy, I'm definitely emitting the right emotions, because the play which we got to see from so early on in this match, we just have around 2.5 minutes in the game. We are just inside the game for 2.5 minutes, and already we got to see a clutch. I won't really be surprised if he has all the kills for himself. So yes, he has 3 kills, and this is SNXCOP. So this particular guy has 1 kill as well. However, he has been transformed into a crate very early on in this match. This particular team, that is team number 20, they were already a 2-man squad. So after that particular elimination, after that particular knock and finish, they will be a 1-man squad. So things are going to be very difficult for Proxy OP, but definitely this guy looks to be very strong. He just pulled off a clutch out of nowhere. Blur X has been decimated from this match very early on. Very unfortunate situation from team Blur, but it was just Team Blur just got wiped out by the brilliance of this particular player. Meanwhile, a lot of fight is going on. I guess this XZ Carl who is just taking on this particular fight. Team EMB has suffered a lot of casualty. That is something which I would like to see as well. A lot of fight going on. This is Legend Noob. Legend Noob has been knocked out. Carl is the one who is taking on the rampage. Probably they have wiped out a squad. And where is it taking in a place? I guess this might be taking place in Kampong. Okay, so this is taking place in Camp Bravo, and by the looks of it, they have wiped out a squad itself. Bull Shark has actually been taken down, but apart from that, this particular team is going very strong. And right now, team number 10 does have another presence very early on in this match, because team number 21 is just lurking in the background. But definitely the fight doesn't look to be very eminent. And once again, Carl, Hector, OP share 4 kills between them, 2 by 2, and what a gameplay from them. Once again, couldn't really cover this particular fight, but definitely they have put up a show very early on. As you can see, the lobby has been reduced to 49 players. Players are just taking on each other wherever possible, and meanwhile, team number 16 and team number 25, this looks to be a fight which is brewing up. Definitely I would like to see what is happening, what is the build-up of this particular fight, because already GR probably has been taken down. I'm not really sure how many players from team GR are remaining, but by the looks of the kill feed, team GR has actually suffered a lot of casualties. As you can see, team number 25, team 25 just have only 2 players remaining, and this is Chuck Frag and this is Ranky Panda. Both of them, this is Cranky Panda and Chuck Frag, both of them are still alive. But team number 16, what can be the present strategy of team number 16? I'm not really sure, but this is Chuck Frag who actually wants to move out from this location. Does he? Because he does not have, I mean, this particular team 25, they do not have any kill whatsoever at this point, and they have lost 2 players. So very dangerous situation for this team early on in this game, and it is to be seen how well can they kind of recover. This is Chuck Frag. He has spotted one particular player. This is team D2E. He is completely out on his own. This was not D2E, pardon me. This was team 2020 Inferno. 2020 Inferno has actually been knocked and finished. Chuck Frag coming up with that particular kill. The war is on at this moment, and team 25 versus team 16, who is going to reign supremacy. 3v2 situation. Once again, Chuck Frag tried his luck out there, but the AKM no scope not really connecting. Team number 16 just kind of analyzing their chances out here. But definitely I guess team number 25 has been surrounded. With that being said, Chuckfrog needs to kind of find a very optimum position. Meanwhile, as you can see, this is Cranky Panda who came up with the second knock for this team as well. Team number 25 is doing really great at this moment, and I guess he will be finishing this particular player as well. Cranky Panda will waste no time. He does have that Uzi. Will he be able to get the better of him? I'm not really sure if he has, but definitely Cranky Panda has a very good chance of taking the better of him, but not really. Cranky Panda has been taken down. Meanwhile, Chuck Frag is the last one who is still surviving. The S12K might not be saving him. And with that being said, as you can see, team number 25 has been wiped out. They have given considerable amount of damage to team number 16 as well, with 2 players knocked down. It was the last player who was still surviving in the form of L2R Mercy, and what a gameplay. And I guess by the looks of it, the kill share will be 1-1-2. Mercy came up with 2 kills in the end, and Bars and 4SF Skeptic with 1 each. So this is how the kills are being distributed at this point, and definitely they will have to move inside the zone. This is the first zone, so I guess that it is not really going to be very difficult. I'll be reading the live stream and the live chat as of now. So if any one of you are watching right now, then please make sure you kind of make it a very interactive session. It will be great to kind of interact with each and every one of you, as well as have a talk. This is Amit Singh Parmar. He says C team 23. So yes, definitely I'll see team number 23. There is team GZ. This is Anxiety DLD Knight. If I'm not wrong, this might be DLD or DID Knight. This is Kalki OP, and we do have Gamma OP as well. This particular team right now, they are looting in Hatin at this moment. We haven't really talked about the zone, definitely. And by the looks of it, if you have a look at the zone, then okay. So in other news, this is God Spray CE who has taken down one particular player, rather 2 players from team XZ. So that particular fight is on, and definitely team number 21 has called on the shots against team number 10. Pardon me for that. I mean, pardon me for switching on the screens, but I already said that team number 10 had that risk of team 21 lurking in the background, and that is something which has happened. As you can see, team CE has called in war on team number XZ, that is team 10. And with that being said, as you can see, Carl has been taken down. The last player in the form of Legend Noob is still alive, but definitely I guess it looks to be all it for team number 10 at the moment. Arrow CE and his teammate Godspray CE, they look to be very confident at this point, and Legend Noob just has to move out from this particular location. I don't see any chance of him kind of surviving this particular fight, because it was a pure surprise, I guess. Team number 21 came in from nowhere. Team number 10 had won their initial buff in Camp Bravo, but after that team 21 came from nowhere and just thumped on this entire team and just gave them that knockout punch. And with that being said, team 21 isn't really going for that ultimate blow, isn't really going for that squad wipe, but they are retreating at this point, and by the looks of it, they might be entering the zone itself. Talking about the zone, it is a very northern zone at this point, but definitely RD Senior, they are actually taking on the fight. Painan fight has actually started, and this is something which I really expected. Painan never really disappoints you, and the fight is not really in Painan. This might be in a compound which is northern to it, but meanwhile, as you can see, team number 5 and team number 12, they are taking on each other. Team number 5 just suffered one casualty in the form of RD Mazik, but apart from that, they have just completely wiped out that team in the form of team number 12. Don't really know which particular team it was, but I'll just check. Okay, so it was 4VL. 4VL have been completely decimated at this point, but team number 20, that is team SGX, Croxy, the guy who actually came up with the clutch very early on in this match, he is the one who is taking in the shots against team number 5. Definitely a very I would say a vulnerable position for team number 5, but also they will have to rotate and get inside the zone as well. And talking about the zone, I was actually getting interrupted by a lot of fights here and there, but meanwhile, if you see, this is not a very Sanhok typical zone which we get to see from Sanhok, and by the looks of it, by the northern side, it does have a lot of water element to it. Not just that 10-20% of water on the northern side, but also the river in the between is going to play a very big role. Meanwhile, Croxy has got the better of Senior, and as you can see, Senior Senior has been brought down on his knees. I'm not really sure how this particular team is going to respond, but definitely that was Code OP, I guess. Code OP came up with a brilliant clutch, and by that, with that being said, Team SGX has been completely confirmed. They have been completely wiped out from this game, and right now team number 5, their rotation has been made very easy. It has been made very simple. They will be looting the crates and getting back into the zone. It is not really a very far. It is, I guess, around 130 odd meters. So yes, definitely a very easy rotation coming in from them. Meanwhile, FTB Mayuk has been taken down, and the kill actually went to D2E's Toxic. So definitely I'll be looking on to D2E's Toxic as well. If you are watching this match live, then you send me what do you call it, recommendations which particular team to kind of spectate, and I'll be doing that as well. I have Sahil01. He says show team number 5. I will show team number 5, but right up front, as you can see, team D2E is just trying to climb on to team number 9 at the moment. FTB Deimos has been taken down, 4FS Skeptic has been taken down in some other area, and as you can see, Toxic and others, they are just going after Hunter OP. Will they be getting the kill of Hunter OP right now? Because at this point, EMB Papa has actually started the onslaught as well. Arrow CE has been taken down. EMB Papa has got the better of Bastain, and RD Senior has been taken down. So many fights are coming in from each and every part of this entire map itself, and that makes it very difficult for us to kind of, you know, maintain what do you call it, maintain I'm just at a loss of words at this point. But this is RD Alok. He does have that opportunity to revive Senior, but with that being said, Code OP has been just shut down at this point. I'm not really sure who got the better of them, but team number 2 looks to be very threatening for team RD at this point. Definitely a fight is on, and as you can see, Code OP has been taken down. Meanwhile, this particular player from team number 5, he is taking in shots from team number 2 as well. Also, RD Senior is another player who was just knocked out, but right now has been revived. That nade did connect, and as you can see, this particular player has spotted one player from team number 2. Definitely he has a chance, but as you can see, he is getting shocked at. I just want to look at the perspective of Senior, because he is the one closest to team number 2 at this moment. And as with that being said, Senior, that nade really did connect, and with that being said, Senior is very much out in the open. I don't know what just happened, but with that being said, team RD has been completely decimated. It was, I guess it was Karak. I'm not really sure how do you pronounce, but this is the rep Karak 17, and this guy, he actually decimated the entire team. Team RD has been completely wiped off from this match itself. Team number 5 has been taken down as well. So Sahil01, I would have spectated the team which you recommended, but definitely if they were alive. With that being said, we do have a lot of viewers. This is FI5E Gaming. He says, amazing casting, bro. Thanks a lot, buddy. Thanks a lot. It means a lot to me. But with that being said, we will have to get back to this match itself. This is team number 2. They are looting on the southern compounds of boot camp. Meanwhile, a lot of teams have actually rotated inside the zone itself. As you can see, there is always a water element to it, and that is something which I was talking about, right? It is actually very important. It is going to play a very important role. But meanwhile, this is Origin who is taking on the fight against, I guess, which team? I'm not really sure, but as by the looks of it, the fight is building up. Team number 22 is the one who is getting shotted at. This might be team EMB. I'm really surprised to see which particular team. I mean, even if team number 22 does not survive from this occasion, I guess I'll be very surprised, because they do have that ridge factor with them. So definitely they should not really be out in the open, but it is to be seen if they are in the zone itself. But meanwhile, this is team number 3 at this point. This is team Bai, and as you can see, Aditya ED and others, they have this particular player has been taken down. Flash ED is in a very Flash ED was at very low health, but right now he is reviving his teammate as well. So this team, they still have all their players alive. That actually means that they might be going very strong in the ending stages. That is something which I'm really hoping for, because in the ending stages, I guess what really matters is how many players you have alive and what is your team's strength, and that is something which is probably the most crucial crucial aspect of it. The flare gun has been fired. I'm not really sure who fired that, but probably the BRDM has been called, probably a drop has been called, I'm not really sure. But by the looks of it, team D2E has to do a lot of job out here. This is AB, Noob and Elgas or Toxic, all of them are still alive. This team number 11, they are only one man shot at this point, and I guess they are just going to take on team number 22. This nade might connect, I'm not really sure, but yes, that nade exploded, but not really taking that particular player from team number 2 with it. And with that being said, team number 11 does look to have a chance out here. They might be getting the better of team number 2 right up front, but D2E does have a job in hand, definitely. With this, if you have a look at the map, we just saw a very hard shift coming in. It has, the entire zone has played a very big role, but once again the teams will not be affected. Not a lot of teams will be affected rather, but some of them will actually be affected. This was a hard shift which I did not expect. It has actually shifted towards the southern zone, and meanwhile the fight is on. This is probably team Bai, and as you can see, this is Deadeye. Deadeye came up with one particular kill, and with that being said, the shots are being taken against team number 2, and I guess this is was it Recoil? Okay, so it was the rep Recoil who has been taken down. Brilliant tap-ins coming in from that M416 spray. M416 rather, pardon me for that, that was not a spray, but yes, it was a great knock and finish. By the looks of it, this team number 3 is in a very good position. Team number 2, they can be in some trouble at this point, because they will have to enter the zone. The water is going to play a big part, as I said. Meanwhile, team number 3 does not really know that team number 2 will be rotating. Is taking a very risky rotation at this point, and this is Deadeye from Bai, who is completely unaware of team number 2's positioning. I really want to check the what is the current position of team number 2. This is Karak 17 rather, and the other player is Furine. So with that being said, they probably have a plan out here, because team number 2 does have team number 3 right in front of their eyes. Just beyond this particular ridge, they will find team number 3. Definitely a fight is on. Karak will have a job in hand, but with that being said, Flash AD got that first knock. Team number 3 will be alerted of team number 2's presence. The team rep, once again, I guess they will have a very tough job in hand right now. And with that being said, as you can see, I guess it is Flash, and Flash has been taken down. The first knock coming in, knock and finish completely. Definitely Karak was aware of team number 3's remaining 2 players, and with that being said, Karak has a lot of job in hand. A 1v2 situation up front. Can he be the clutch man? Can he be the guy who can pull off this particular clutch? With that being said, team number 3 will kind of look to say, spread themselves out and kind of surround team 2, because that is something which will help them. They have that advantage of the high ridge. But with that being said, as you can see, El Gaso has got the better of Bai's Deadeye, and that actually means that 1v2 fight has been converted into a 2v1 at this point. The rep has revived. The player from team rep has actually revived. This is Furine who just got its revival, and Karak 17 is actually going after the kill at this point. The last player from team Bai has just been eliminated. Wow, what was that? I mean, EMB, that was Sylvester. Now Sylvester is being targeted. Team EMB is in a very crucial position at this point, because Papa and EMB, I mean, both Papa and EMB are in a very dangerous position, because Sylvester has been knocked out. Papa is the last player who is surviving, but once again, the revive probably will be easy. Team number 2 is dangerously lurking in that particular background. Definitely team EMB might be very much out in the open. They might be vulnerable. They will have to enter the zone, and that actually makes things very difficult, very complex for this team as well. They are checking on the riches, but the fight is really on. We still have 8 teams rather alive, and as you can see, this particular player is just nowhere stopping at this point. I mean, FTB Hunter OP, he's the last guy remaining for his team, and just have a look at his positioning. He is having a tremendous sense of game, I would say. Just have a look at his positioning. If the zone is supporting him, I guess he might be invincible at this point. The way he has poised himself up, this is going to be a game for him once again. If the zone remains supportive, he will be getting kills after kills, and just like that, as you can see, he got the better of Zexal Mankey, and with that beautiful spray of his, I guess he might be dominating, even if he's just a single player alive. Once again, what a beautiful positioning for this particular player, Hunter OP. By the looks of it, as you can see, one team after the another is just getting sprayed down, is just getting gunned down. And with that being said, this is Karak 17 who is getting revived. Furin came up with the kills, and as you can see, Team Origin is taking on the fight, and as you can see, Whiskey is going on the taking on the battle all on himself. Team number 23 has actually pinned Team 17 down at the moment. Whiskey is trying to get that initial knock, but I guess a 3-1 up front, he will get that first knock itself. So the first knock is out. Definitely the war is on. He needs some meds, probably he might need some weapons, I'm not really sure, but just go for it, Whiskey. A 2v1 up front, it is going to be a challenge for him, but definitely it is not impossible. And with that being said, Whiskey does have a job in hand. Will he be able to get that better of Team number 23? He got the second knock, and right now he will be rushing inside as well. He needs to get inside the zone. Definitely that was a good option, but however couldn't really sense that presence up there of this particular player. Meanwhile, as you can see, Hunter OP is just racking up the kills. He will spot players out in the open, and he will rack up the kills for his team as well. What a great job he is doing for his team. I guess with the kind of position he has poised himself, I guess it is just purely impossible to kind of take him down. 3 teams are alive. Team number 11, team number 2, both of them will be striking blows against each other. By the looks of it, I guess Team 9, this is FTB Hunter OP, he will get that second position, but the zone is going to be very dangerous for him. Now team number 11, I guess the chicken dinners is their is them take, and with that being said, Hunter OP just try to risk it, and with that being said, the chicken dinner going to team number 11. What a beautiful game which we got to say. In the ending stages, it wasn't really as thrilling as Sanhok can get, but definitely this was just pure 1000 IQ gameplay coming in from FTB Hunter OP. What a positioning, buddy, what a positioning. And he was just picking off players one after the other with that kind of positioning, with that kind of zone support. You just don't need anything else. You just want to pick off those kills. 2 kills for FTB Hunter OP might seem to be less, but he was the last man standing for his team. So imagine the kind of responsibilities, imagine the effort which it took to kind of get to that second spot and also pick off 2 kills. It was just brilliant. It was a brilliant gameplay which we got to see. And with that being said, team D2E as dominant as always, getting that particular chicken dinner, 7 kills for them, and that golden shiny number 1 spot as well. With that being said, if you have a look at the number 3 spot, this is team RDP once again with 7 kills. Furan and Karak, both of them came up with the 7 kills. This is Prinzler and this is Rinsler and Recoil. None of them have actually chipped in with the kills, but I guess each and every one of them had their contributions. These 2 players were actually taken down very early in the game, and that was something which was really reducing team RDP's strength. But once again, the kind of gameplay which we got to see from Furain and Karak, it was just outright brilliant. 2 players held their team to the 3rd position, also got a lot of kills for them. So definitely it was a performance to be reckoned, to just remember once again. This is team G-Easy at the number 4 spot. Okay, so this is Gamma OP. He has the only 4 kills for the team, and definitely it has been a heroic performance for himself as well as for his team as well. Team Origin, Whiskey came up with 4 kills as well. So what we are seeing out here is that a lot of individual performances from each and every team. It has been heroic, simply heroic for each and every team, where players have stepped up from themselves, for their teams, and kind of racked up the kills, got those positionings coming, and it was a brilliant gameplay which we got to see. I guess Gamma OP, Whiskey, these players, all of them have just carried the weight of their team on their shoulders and got them till the ending stages. Meanwhile, I did not really expect them, Godspray CE and Arrow CE, coming up in the top 8, a top 6 position for them. I did not really expect them, a duo v squad coming up front. I guess this particular team was just absolutely brilliant in the initial stages, and just out there, I mean, just like that, 5 kills, 6th position, a brilliant performance coming in from this team, especially considering that they were playing a duo v squad in a T1 scrim like this. Surviving at, say, finishing 6th and getting, say, 5 kills as well. This is something which is not really easy, and they have done something which a lot of teams couldn't. Entire teams, and I'm talking about a duo squad, about CE right now. And Godspray CE, Arrow CE, both of them have been phenomenal. 2 kills, 3 kills respectively. A brilliant gameplay which we got to see from them. 6th position. definitely the one which they will remember for a while right now. Team EMB, another squad which I had a lot of hopes with. Papa and Sylvester were the ones who were still surviving in the ending stages. Faddy and Moy were very early victims in this game, and the 7th position which they could finish, and 4 kills as well, not a bad performance. Zexal, not a lot of kills for them, I would say. Yes, a 3v squad which they were playing in. Aman with only 1 kill, 8th position, something which is not really bad, but in the kills department I guess they could have done much better. Mankey was the last one who was surviving, and as I guess we already saw that particular spray coming in from Hunter OP which actually got the better of Mankey. It was a beautiful spray, it was just a pleasure to the eyes, and Mankey was actually trying to do the same thing which Hunter OP was doing already, but just the difference was that Hunter OP was already in that position and Mankey OP was still rotating, so that was something which really mattered, I guess. Early rotations are something which is really a game changer, especially in the competitive scenario of PUBG. With that being said, this is Team Bai and 3 kills, 9th position, not a bad performance. Team XZ once again 4 kills, 10th position. RD with a lot of kills. I guess I really expected that this team to kind of survive and get themselves inside the top 8. RD came up with 7 kills, 11th position. I guess the kill factor is actually going to rescue them from the clutches of the bottom half of the table. I guess they might get themselves a place in the top half of the table owing to their very good kill number, but definitely 11th position is something which they would want to change. Having a lot of kills, I guess Team RD should have expected at least to kind of end up in the top 8. With that being said, this team number 12 as well with 4 kills. This is Team SGX, and the first team to actually engage in a fight and take the better of Team Blur. I mean, the way this particular player Croxy put up that clutch up there, I guess it was just outright brilliant. And with that being said, this is 4VL with 1 kill, 14th position. Nothing really surprising or shocking coming in from the bottom half of the table. All victims of an early fight. Team Blur, the victims of Croxy. With that being said, the first match of W4RSHOT Esports come to an end. If you do like my casting, I am Akash. If you do like my casting, then please make sure you kind of hit me up on the live chat, or you can also give me a follow in my Instagram handle. And with that being said, we will be back with the second game very shortly. So till then, please stay tuned and we'll be right back.
Empty hearts and neon lights, they're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly, and I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. gotta get up, stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. I hate all this overthinking. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver, no more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar, bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now, to where we started out. Get me out of now, to where we started out. Oh no. But it's too late now. I remember you and me, and how careless we could
Yeah.
be.
All day and all night, we'd stay up, it felt so right. We were so young, we were so dumb. We would get drunk and then hook up. We were okay, we were alright, staying awake till the sunrise. We were in love, couldn't stop us, like a good drug, never run. We'd hook up in my car, driving so far, play your guitar, you'd show me your art, let down our guards, think with our hearts, stare at the stars. We were never apart, drinking too young, way too much fun, out in the sun, or in when it's gone. Took you to prom, dance to our song, dance all night long till the lights come on. Late now, I remember everything, and how careless we could be, and how careless we could be, and how careless we could be. Nights, long fights, it felt right, we were alive. We would go out, we were so loud, we were so proud, we had no doubts. Weekends and weekdays, we'd spend our own way. We were careless, we were fearless, we were reckless, time was precious. We loved to waste time, whiskey and wine, drinking all night, asleep by your side. Finally alive, we would just drive, never arrive. Our journey was live, staying out late, testing our fate, running away. We live for today, late now. I remember everything and how careless we could be, and how careless we could be, and how careless we could be.
You stole my heart of gold after my silver soul. Can you dig any deeper now? I gave you all I own, put you on this golden throne, but I'm a little stronger now. You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out, 'cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now, a little stronger now. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out, 'cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now, a little stronger now.
Yeah, she's got some nice long hair, and you know that she's a bad chick. All the boys stare, can't help it, it's a habit. Clothes that she wears, short skirt and a jacket. I just wanna get her all alone on a mattress. I just wanna have it, I just gotta have it. Rumors all around say her body is fantastic. All natural, not a piece of fur is plastic. Head to her toes, yeah, they say that she's a latch. Yeah, the whispers all around say she has a reputation. Don't believe it till I see it, so I want a demonstration. And I've always learned it better with a hands-on education. So I need a private session, if you get what I am saying. And they say that she's not easy, no, she's really complicated. But that only makes it better, and it's got me so fixated. And I'm not the type to wait around, I've never hesitated. But she's got me captivated, so the game, I'm gonna play it, yeah.
She got a body like a cold thing. She likes to keep the party going. These rumors got me feeling lonely. I want that body, baby, show me. She's got a body like a cold thing. She likes to keep the party going. These rumors got me feeling lonely. I want that body, baby, show me.
I heard you look good when you're undressed. I heard you like to get away. I heard you like to stay out late. I heard you had a couple boyfriends. I heard they didn't treat you right. I heard you're hated by your girlfriends, 'cause all the guys want you tonight. Yeah, they say she's too hot, they say she's too cold. Where she came from, nobody really knows. They say she looks young, but say she acts old. From everything I've heard, she gets out of control. And all the boys say she was sent from the heavens, but I'm not too sure that this girl is a blessing. She's got the devil's eyes, and they'll cut you like a weapon. She's stuck in my mind like a bad obsession. Got bad intentions.
She got a body like a cold thing. She likes to keep the party going. These rumors got me feeling lonely. I want that body, baby, show me. She's got a body like a cold thing. She likes to keep the party going. These rumors got me feeling lonely. I want that body, baby, show me.
Yeah, it's our time to shine. Yo, that's the kind of state of mind you gotta combine with hard work and time. You gotta climb to the top. Don't let yourself drop till your heart stops. Let this beat rock. Got a new clock and a new stock for this new rock. Just let your mind loose from the new stock. Drunk off the goose, yeah. Thinking that I'm too pop. Yeah. Getting caught with a few thoughts, cause I'm too lost. Off the speakers can't even handle me. Giving what I got, nobody's gonna drain my energy. And I will never stop, I'm motivated by enemies. Setting up shop so everybody remember me. And no, I am not going through life regretfully. I'd rather work non-stop, what they call incessantly, than work some odd job just to live life pleasantly. Already got lost in my mind, not a fantasy, I'm getting with a forgotten soul. So stop, drop, and roll. You lost all control and pop off your balls. I I got squat, I fold, I'm not bought, I'm sold. My stock rocks, it's gold. Hey, knock, knock, she holding shit, talk to close. I ain't stopping though, it's hip hop, you know. Or is it rock and roll? I'm not dropping down, no, my pocket's grown. You can't stop the show, so get rockin' on. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. Taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't never. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. I'm taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't here to make friends. Yeah. I ain't never slowing down, keep on going till I'm down. No, I'm never slowing down, cause we're blowing up now. I ain't never slowing down, keep on going till I'm down. No, I'm never slowing down, cause we're blowing up. Hard words like a weapon, attack with no questions. In my own section and they still disconnected, cause their mind's been infected and they're filled with objection. Too filled for recollection, so we're losing all attention. They don't know I'm in contention, cause I'm gaining their attention. Cause I'm making a connection, lyricism and aggression got me feeling my ascension. In my passion, my profession, I'm attacking my obsession. Taking action and progressing, I go off on the enemy, that's what makes them scared of me. Make my plans carefully, then execute them daringly. They say I act recklessly, but that's why I'm effective. See, you can't predict my tendencies, I offer no transparency. Some people think I'm lost, others think I'll be a legend. I'm never gonna stop till I'm one above second. And my thoughts at the top, but my mind stay present. Don't let your dreams stop, cause dreaming is a blessing. They tell me all the same, told me I won't make a name. But it's not about the fame, it's about keeping me sane. So I stay within my lane, feel my blood pump through my veins. Feel adrenaline, no pain, welcome all to my domain. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. I'm taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't never. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. I'm taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't never. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. I'm taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't never. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. I'm taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't here to make friends.
What is up, everybody? Once again, we are back with the second game of W4RSHOT Esports, and as you can see, is none other, the map is none other than EIRENE, the homeland where PUBG Mobile was born. Once again, everybody's favorite map. Everybody will be at their strengths. It is to be seen how well can they kind of cooperate with each other and take the fight. I'm hoping for a thriller of a match, and definitely if you are watching the game with us, you might be expecting that as well. With that being said, we are getting going, and as right in front of us, the flight path is pretty interesting. It goes from Kamishki, so a flight path which will cover the entire map. It is almost to the center of the map, I would say, and definitely cuts the map in two halves, and a lot of teams will be able to get to their drop location fairly easily. Premox and regions like Kameshki and all these things, all these places are going to be kind of very difficult to reach. And pardon me, initially I said that the flight path was going to Kameshki. It was not Kameshki. I kind of tried to met Sarki, but it just went all wrong in that particular area. But already, as you can see, a lot of teams have actually taken their drops. Georgopol and Katka region will probably be very much occupied at this point, because by the looks of it, a lot of teams have taken their drops in that area. Meanwhile, in the center of the map as well, a lot of teams are taking their drops. I'm really expecting that the population of the population of Novorupneo and Milta Power, these are the places which might be kind of less populated as compared to Georgopol, because just have a look at the cluster at Georgopol. So many teams are coming close together. definitely a lot of fights. In Northern Georgia Pool, we already have 3 squads. In Georgia Pool, Crates and City comprisingly, we might have 5-6 squads out there as well. So that is something which is to be seen right up front. And as you can see, this is 4HML Legend who has got the better of Chuck Frank. GR is really suffering at this point. Team number 25, I guess it was, Team GR. As you can see, they already have suffered first casualty. Cranky Panda is at very low health at the moment. They do need weapons very soon. At this point, this is Cranky Panda. He does have that DP28. Will he be able to get the better of this particular player from 4HML? Because this is I guess it was Panga, and Panga has been taken down. Panga's kill has been confirmed by Cranky Panda as well. It is to be seen how well can they kind of replicate this particular initial buff, because both the teams have suffered one casualty each. A very early fight which we are getting. Cranky Panda has spotted the second player as well. He almost got the better of him. But meanwhile, it is to be seen if Legend can kind of make a comeback with that particular scenario. Cranky Panda does not have any heals whatsoever. He does have 5 bandages. I'm really surprised that he is not really kind of making use of that. But as you can see, the second guy has been taken down from Team GR as well. This is Leo Toxic. Leo Toxic has been brought down as well. Rusties has been brought down as well. The last player surviving is Cranky Panda. I don't see any chance of kind of comeback for Team GR. By chance, if Team GR's Cranky Panda can survive, it might be a piece of luck. But definitely, in this particular scenario, I am expecting a complete wipeout of Team GR. With that being said, 4VL is another team who is blows for D2E after that initial chicken dinner. They are just continuing the run of form in this particular match as well. I am really expecting Team D2E to kind of replicate that and go very much in this match. I mean, very long in this particular match as well. But right now, as you can see, Cranky Panda is trying to heal himself up. It is a 1v3 up front, and definitely going to be a very tough job for him. Will he be able to kind of take out this particular fight for his team? And with it being said, as you can see, the shotgun is on. The shotgun can do a lot of damage. With that being said, the first knock is on. This is Cranky Panda at his best. The DP28 might do a lot of damage. With that being said, he might be going after Legend at this point. Legend is trying to revive him, and with that being said, Cranky Panda is just waiting for him. And right now, as you can see, the second knock coming in, will he be able to get the better of it? Oh my god, Cranky Panda just completely decimated this particular team. What a piece of gameplay which we got to see. A complete squad wipe by Cranky Panda in this game. A brilliant execution of plans. He was really great. His positioning was just absolutely brilliant. He just waited for his chances and capitalized on them. What a great gameplay right up front in this very early on in this match. Team number 13, there is another team as well, very close to him, and right up front it is none other than Team Blur, and this is Kitsune OP, and apart from that we have Blur Ali and Brownie OP as well. They might have already sensed Cranky Panda's presence, because there were a lot of gunfights, there were a lot of knocks coming up on the kill feed. And with that being said, team number 1, that is Team 4HMN, have been just completely decimated, all by Cranky Panda alone. What a gameplay which we got to see very early in this match. But right now, as you see, Cranky Panda is being getting shot at because Team Blur, they have spotted this player, and right up front, I guess Cranky Panda does have new enemies. As you can see, Team Blur will be trying, Team Blur or team number 13, they will be trying to get the better of this particular player. Meanwhile, there is an opportunity for Kitsune OP to kind of get the better of this particular player, because he is very much exposed on the terrace itself, but not a very ideal weapon. That is UMP45, not a very ideal weapon for this particular scenario. I guess with a scope itself it can get kind of deadly, but once again at this point not really a great implementation. Once again, if you have a look at the live chat, this is Legend XD. He says stream delay rakho bro for fair competition. I understand, bro. I really understand that stream delay is very important, but once again, yeah, I mean it is not really favorable. But once again, the stream will always be at a delay. Once again, I mean, if I put an external delay, it is not going to make any sense, I guess. With whatever the delay is, I guess 2-minute, 3-minute delay, it always will kind of be not possible for teams to refer to the stream as well as fight in the match as well. Meanwhile, team number 13 is trying to engulf the whole of this particular player from team 45. He's the last one standing, so definitely a very tough scenario for him. He does have that mini 14 and that what do you call it, the DP28, so he might have an chance to kind of get the better of this particular team as well. But expecting that will be completely unreal, because expecting one player to kind of wipe down 2 squads all on his own, perform 2 1v4 pluses in a single match, that is something which is completely unreal. That is something which is completely I would say unfair for a player as well. But with that being said, this is 4VL, and right up front, as you can see, they are taking on well. So this particular fight is something which I would want to see. And as you can see, this team Origin, they are not really taking a particular fight as of now, but this is team 4PL. They are taking on team D2. Has suffered one casualty, and this is for VL. They have suffered one casualty as well. Not really a fair fight, I would say a 3v2 up front, but once again, who is just going to reign supremacy at this point? Meanwhile, this is, I guess this is the Melta region. Once again, I will need confirmation. So this is not the Melta region, this is the Feripay region, and team number 12 versus team number 11. A very interesting fight which is going to happen right up front. One casualty for both the sides, 4VL Jadu, and as you can see, D2 Toxic. Meanwhile, Origin's Green has taken down one particular player. I did not really check which particular player it was, but Team Origin, another team who actually is very consistent and has been racking up a lot of kills on a consistent basis. That is something which I really love. And meanwhile, as you can see, EXI is taking in shots as well. It's the RDLO who has got the better of Bullshot, and this is, as you can see, this is team number 12 up front going against team 11. But with that being said, this is Liquid 2 OP. He is actually trying to fall back. Is he trying to fall back? I'm not really sure, but he is definitely trying to move back from this particular fight. Not really liking to take this fight head on. But meanwhile, as you can see, Team XZ has just been reduced to one man. This is a fight which I would want to see. Not really sure where this is taking on, but Hector OP might get completely wiped out in this particular region. And with that being said, as you can see, he is taking up knock after knock. The Senior who has been taken down, Senior has been knocked out and finished. But with that being said, this is Alok once again confirming that kill. Hector OP has been completely decimated from this game itself, and what a way to bring up that. But once again, I guess it is RD Senior who was really overcommitting in that particular fight, and as a result of it, as you can see, he has been decimated. Meanwhile, 4VL versus D2 is on. D2 is Ronnie has been knocked out, and meanwhile 4VL hasn't really suffered any such casualty at this point. This is Liquid 2 OP. He is taking in the shots, thrown shot, as well as a lot of reflexes coming into play. Will he be able to get the better of Team D3? This is going to be a shocker of a game. But meanwhile, Liquid 2 OP has been knocked out from behind. This is pure drama out here. Once again, Team 4VL has been taken down. Team D2E wasn't ready to bow down so easily. What a game it was. It was a great flank coming in from AB Noob. And once again, 2 knocks, not really doing any particular damage. 4VL has been decimated completely. Team D2E was almost on its knees, but what a gameplay which we got to see from AB and X Noob. And with it being said, I was actually studying the stream check. I was doing my stream check and the viewers and everything. We do have a lot of viewers. Thanks a lot for those who have actually joined us and are watching the game. I hope you are enjoying. If you do like my casting, then please make sure you kind of leave a comment in the live chat. It will be a great help. But meanwhile, this is Team KD once again. This is Chuddy OP who has taken down Killer Boy. So definitely a fight which I would like to see. Team KD has actually been on a roll at this point. All their 4 players are alive, and they already have racked up 6 kills for themselves. So that means that this particular team has laid a very good breeding ground for themselves. They are going very dominant. They are going very what to say, they are being very dominant in the initial stages of this match, and definitely they have laid themselves at a pedestal where they can convert this and get to the ending stages of the game itself. Meanwhile, as you can see, 2 cards that was a funny moment. I guess that was 2 cards coming close together, and not really sure what was the plan, but definitely they haven't yet completed. This was Team KD already with 6 kills, haven't really covered any of that, but I guess that the stats speak for themselves, and it doesn't really need any such recognition. Skills already in the initial stages of the game. This particular team has just been completely brilliant. A 2 vehicle strategy coming in from them. Rotation is really going to be the key at this point. I want to see where the zone is. By the looks of it, this is a very trivial zone. I would say it does have that water element to it. Definitely the 2 bridges of military base have been covered under the first zone. but something which really won't really bother, because the bridge camping and fights aren't really available at this point, because the southern island is completely empty. Team D2E does have a job in hand. They will have to rotate a bit, but it is to be seen where does the zone shift from here on, because the first installment does have both the islands, the southern island as well as the main island. I'm really hoping that the zone really shifts onto the southern island, because that is going to really crisp things up. That is going to kind of give all of the teams who are fighting this particular match, who is fighting in this particular match, a real challenge, because in the main island all the teams are really clustered in different areas in the main island itself. I am really hoping for some new exciting changes in this particular match, because that will actually test the capabilities, the endurance of the team, and the capabilities of kind of reacting to that particular situation, reacting to situations of danger, reacting to situations where you cannot see predicting. And meanwhile, as you can see, Team D2E has really fallen victim to this particular sprays coming down from Team 14 rather. And as you can see, this is KD Chuddy OP who is just taking down Team D2Es. I'm not really sure which particular player from D2E this is, but definitely Chuddy OP is going after him. The nades are out, the smokes are out, Ronnie has been knocked down. And with that being said, I guess that was a different team. This is Team ZF, this is Babu Rao coming in from Ronnie. And right now, as you can see, 7DS El Gasa has been taken down as well. I guess the last player coming in from this particular team would be AB Noob. I'm not really sure where he is, but with that being said, Team D2E has just been reduced to the ashes at this point. Team number 18, that is Team Zero Force, once again in that vicinity. I'm really expecting this particular team to kind of make a comeback, and not just make a comeback, but make a statement out here. AB Noob, once again, he is the last one surviving for this team. But once again, I guess by the looks of it, Team number 14 might be going after Team 18 at this point. Definitely a rush is on. We might be here for a thriller at this point, a climax very early on in this particular match. Team KD versus Team Zero Force. Will we be getting a particular winner, or will we be getting a particular great run? With that being said, as you can see, this is AB Noob who has been destroyed, completely destroyed by Team KD, and once again they are proceeding towards Team ZF at this point. And with that being said, the shots are fired, and this is U8 perfect who has been taken down. This is Fragger who brought that. This was Team Fragger, the first knock coming in, the second knock coming in. This is Team KD who has been reduced to its lead at this point. Team Zero Force has actually been taken down as well. This is Team KD at its best. What a piece of domination. Zero Force has been completely demolished, and what a way to bring up that. I mean, Team KD is just absolutely roaring fire. They are roaring bullets at this point, and what a way to do that. This is some gameplay which we are seeing right in front of our screen. Team Zero Force just got no chance in front of this particular gameplay. KD OP in the chat. I mean, I do not care how many of you are watching, but please do spam this chat with this. I mean, this is just OP. This is really overpowered gameplay coming in from Team KD. I just did not expect Team KD to be so dominant so early on in this match. Just have a look at the stats. 12 kills. This is just the second zone only. And meanwhile, this is FTV Mayuk. Once again, Team FTV is stepping up their game, got the better of God's Spray CE. That was in a different area, but talking about Team KD, what a gameplay which we got to see from them. It has been fantastic. They are just spotting teams and taking them out as if they are playing classic matches. This is something which we do not see in T1 gameplay. Trust me, especially something against Team Zero Force. Team Zero Force used to be the one who was so dominant in their gameplay, but right up front, as you can see, Team KD has taken down Team Zero Force without suffering a single casualty whatsoever. And this is the gameplay which we were wanting to see. What a stuff, what a stuff. This is a pure pleasure to the eye once again. This is Vaibhav Brahmani. He says, bro, ITSCO is just let me know the slot number. If you already know the slot number, then please let me know that, because that will actually help me. This is RD Code once again going after Team Warp, and this is the FTV, and they also have a lot of kills. 7 kills coming in from this particular team. Not a single casualty whatsoever. This team also looks to be very dominant in the early stages of this game. I am hoping for these teams to kind of make it till the end, because that will give us a thrilling end to this match. I am hoping for a climax, because I really want a climax which is better than even Hollywood movies, which even Christopher Nolan will be failing to kind of recreate in his films as well. But right up front, if we have a look at other teams, if we have a look at Team Warp, because they were the ones who were taking in the fight against Team RD. Meanwhile, as you can see, RD Senior was the one who was already taken down very early on in this game. But apart from that, as you can see, this is Mazik who has got the better of CK. Team RD is just a team and a half against Team Warp at this point. I'm really hoping that Warp can make a comeback at this position, because this is just pure domination coming in from them. Team RD will just look to dominate at this point, but once again, Slinger does have a very tough job in hand. He is the one who is still on his feet at this moment. A lot of players are on their feet, but definitely they are being pinned down at this point. As you can see, Team RD is just thumping Team 7 down and just getting on themselves. With that being said, Slinger, the first spray is on. I'm really hoping that Slinger can make a comeback, because CK has been revived. But with that being said, as you can see, Runner has just been taken down as well. CK has been taken down. Runner has managed to kind of escape to this other side of the rage. But meanwhile, Team RD will just look to dominate and will just look to move through the smoke. They are just rushing in blindly at this point, because their confidence is on 7th heaven at this point, because they know that Team Warp they are just way better than Team Warp, not in just terms of, I would say, gameplay, but definitely in terms of confidence at this point. And as you can see, Slinger has been brought down. Skull is the last player who is still surviving. Will he be able to clutch out for his team at this point? Definitely it looks to be a very distant dream, and with that being said, Slinger will just bleed out to death. And once again, the nade is not really connecting. There was a nade. It was a beautiful nade which really got the better of Skull once again. Skull has been reduced to 40% HP at this point, and he is just going after Team RD. And I'm not really sure how many players. It might be 2 players have been taken down. So that means it is a 1v1 situation. Skull is just confirming one kill after the other. But once again, if Skull heals up, this is going to be a very even fight. Will he be able to get the better of Team RD? This is going to be news once again. If Warp is able to get the better of Team RD, which they did once again, what a gameplay. Warp, Skull just wiping out this team. This was a team and a half. This was not a 3-man score. This was a team and a half, and Warp Skull just got the better of them. What a gameplay, man. What a gameplay. It was real great patience coming in from this particular player, coming in from this particular team, I would say. And what a way. I mean, they were just holding their ground. They were just trying to get their positioning right. They were using the utilities so well, and Team RD, they were very confident in that particular fight. They were very, I would say, overcommitted in that particular fight, and that is what they actually suffered. The result, the wrath of overcommitment, the wrath of being very confident, and that is something which we got to see. They did get a lot of casualties. They did thump down Team Warp in the initial stage of this particular fight, but it was a great reaction coming in from Warp. Skull, he's still surviving, and he's surviving for good. He has taken down Team RD and just completely finished them off. And with that being said, it is to be seen how well can he kind of implement himself now, because 3 kills already. I really want him to survive till the end and kind of show a better gameplay, kind of rack up those kills in the end, because he will get a lot of free kills in the end. There will be a lot of third parties, there will be knockout players, a lot of things will be visible right in front of your eyes. So I'm really hoping that he will capture a good position, and that will actually make things really great for him once again. Meanwhile, as you can see, this is Warp Skull once again. What a beautiful clutch did we get to see right in front of our eyes. Skull has just been OP in that point. At that point, I guess no one could have done it better. Warp Skull has been just OP once again. I am repeating this just because of a simple fact that I had my mic turned down in the while I was casting that particular fight, while I was talking. So I thought that the audience might not be able to hear that. My mistake, it was my mistake. So with that being said, 7 teams are alive. A zone is very important at this point. Team FTB, another team who is just being very dominant at this point. Team KD and Team 9, pardon me, Team KD and Team 9 are very close together. This fight is going to be the climax of this particular match, I would say. Team KD has been on a flying start, I would say. 12 kills even before the third zone. That is something which really gives us the hints that how dominant this particular team KD has been. But right up front, this is FTB Pride. He is just not afraid to take the shots, to call on the shots against Team 14. He is inviting Team 14 to just take a fight and just prove themselves. I guess this is going to be the battle of the Titans. I'm not really sure who the Grim Reaper will be. The top fragger is definitely Chuddy OP from KD. He has just been OP in this match as well. 5 kills, and that is something which he would like to carry on as well. FTV Pride, he is just not afraid whatsoever. He is calling in the shots, he is taking the shots, and once again, I am really hopeful that this particular fight will be the finale of this match whatsoever. There might be any particular winner, but I'm predicting it beforehand. Team FTB versus Team KD will be the finale in this match, because both the teams have just been riding on flying starts. Both the teams have just been so dominant in the initial stages. I am really hoping for a gunfire, something which we haven't really seen over the past any particular time right up front. And once again, the fight is on. Both of them are taking their chances. Team FTB will not look to make any hasty decisions right up front, and so will team number 14. No hasty decisions up front, and that is something which is really important, because over the past we have seen the teams who have made decisions, teams who have actually taken decisions on the basis of adrenaline, on the basis of excitement, they have actually been pinned down, they have actually been taken down. So that is something which both the teams would like to avoid. Both of them have the momentum on their side, and that is something which they would like to build up on. That is something which they would like to carry themselves and get that, just get that chicken dinner or the second position or the top 3 spot. That is something which I'm hoping for. Once again, no one would like to make a wrong decision, wrong call at this point. If we have a move on from these teams, then there is another team who I would like to talk about. That is Team Origin. Once again, team number 14 is on the move already, and as you can see, the spray is on. Will FTB Pride get 1 knock at least, or will Team 14 successfully rotate? Once again, the shots are being fired. I'm not really sure who is taking that, but once again, the cover fire is definitely on. Meanwhile, if we move on from this particular position, this is Team Origin. Once again, they are taking the rotations as well. A 2-vehicle strategy. Green is on another vehicle, and so green is in this vehicle, and apart from that, this is Scream, and this is Scream who is in another vehicle up front, and as you can see, Rain is still there. FTB Pride has been taken down by KD Fragger. This fight is on at this point, and Team KD might look to rush in as well. And with that being said, as you can see, Fragger is just all ready to take on this fight head on, and meanwhile, Team KD is just rushing in all out at once. And with that being said, this particular fight is just going to make this particular fight is just going to make me crazy. And as you can see, KD Fragger will get knocked down. It was FTB Deimos, and with that being said, both the teams have suffered 1 casualties, and once again, it is to be seen how either sides kind of react to this. But as you can see, Team FTB, this is just 1 player behind the shack. Will he be able to survive? I'm not really sure, but Chuddy OP, he has a job in hand as well. The cover fire is on from the 3-storied building. Team FTB is really separated, but Team KD, if they are able to stick together as a unit, I guess they might be able to pin down Team 9 as well. With that being said, this is team number 9 FTB. I'm not really sure which particular player this is, but he is just trying to take the better of him. And with that being said, if we just move to the aerial view, then once again we will be getting a much better angle of each and every nooks and crooks of this particular fight. With that being said, 2 players rather have been taken down. Team KD is just getting pinned down as well. This is FN Hunter OP who has been taken down. Team KD, will they be able to get the last player? This is Mayuk who is just charging in inside this building. Will he be able to get the better of him? Mayuk has just completely decimated Team KD. Team KD just have been completely wiped out from this match. What a game which we got to see. What a fight did we see once again. FTB surviving on this particular occasion. Not just surviving, but I would say this has been a domination from this particular team. They did suffer 1 particular knock, and they did suffer 1 casualty, but what a way to bring up that, I guess. FTB Deimos and others, I guess it has been a fight and a half. This is not just a fight, this was a fight and a half, I will call it like that. And as you can see, Mayuk with 4 kills, Deimos with 3 kills, Hunter OB with 2 kills. This was a finale of a fight, and once again got underway very early on. I was expecting both the teams to kind of make it much further in this match, not just the top 8 but also the top 3, but that was not the case. Team FTB has wiped down, has punched down Team KD. even before the top 4 spots. So definitely that was an unfortunate ending, but what a way, what a match it has been for Team FTB. I guess they have been so dominant, so skillful at this point. I guess it is really difficult for other teams to kind of compete against them at this point. But once again, as you can see, Deimos is starting to, they are trying to get a good position inside the zone right now. I will have to check, have a look at the zone as well. If you have a look, the frames are really dropping, and that is because the emulator just mainstream sucks. And meanwhile, if you have a look, the last team to be outside the zone at this point is Team EMB. Daddy is the last player to be outside the zone. Another player is the REP's Karak 17. He is also outside the zone at this point. 5 teams still remain. 16 players are alive. This is going to be a climax which I was talking about. This is going to be a climax which I've always waited for. A lot of teams coming together. Not a lot of kills for the most of the teams. If you have a look at the teams who are still surviving, this is Team FTB. 3 players, 1 player down. Pride has been taken down, but apart from that, the remaining 3 players, they are just way too strong as well. This is Team REP. They are the only team. Okay, so pardon me for that. They are 4-man strong. Apart from that, another team who is still 4-man strong is Team Blur. 2 teams who are just absolutely spitting fire at this point, and not a lot of kills coming in from either side, but definitely they having 4 players inside the last ending circle, having good loot, having good ammunition, having good utilities. I guess this particular these 2 teams might be kind of battling it for the throne itself. But once again, we have another contender, that is Team FTB, another one being Team Origin. Once again, I am really hopeful that Team Origin can make themselves shine at this place, shine at this point, because they already have the top 5 spot. They have a decent amount of kills, 4 kills, pardon me for them. And as you can see, this is REP's Recoil who actually got the first knock, and the battle is underway. Not really sure who are they taking on, but this is Team Blur once again. And with that being said, Recoil will be knocked down. This was someone else completely. This was Groundy OP who actually got the better of Recoil. So DP28 coming in and getting the better of Recoil. Team REP will have to kind of get back on their feet as well. The zone is really on, and I'm not really sure if they're inside the zone, but by the looks of it, they are inside. Yes, they are inside the second zone. It is the second zone is also not the second zone, rather the 6th zone. It is also favoring them. I mean, they will have to rotate in just 20 odd meters, and that is something which is not really a lot. Team REP will just look to fall back from this particular fight. They are not just taking this fight head on. Definitely a wise move, but once again, they will have to fight them whatsoever. You just cannot escape in PUBG, right? The circle keeps going smaller and smaller, and you have to face your fears. The one who does that will be the winner. And as you can see, right now, who is the sponsor of PUBG, PMPL rather? It is Mountain Dew, right? And what is their tagline? Dar ke aage jeet hai. That is something which we will get to see right up front. As you can see, team number 2 will have to face their fears once again. And meanwhile, Team 22, this is a surprise edition, I guess. Team 22, this is Team EMB. This is, I guess, Faddy rather. Faddy has just suicided right in front of Team Blur. I don't really understand what was the strategy, but once again, they will have to move inside the zone as well. I guess Team EMB just panicked in that particular scenario. Definitely a lot of kills coming in. This is Team Blur who is starting to dominate at this point, and once again, that was something I was hoping for. Sylvester getting one of the other knocks, and with that being said, this is Team Blur who will just rack up the kills. Sylvester wouldn't really be able to get the kills, right? But once again, what a gameplay which we got to see. Team Blur has just got the better of this is REP Furin, but once again, it is to be seen how Team REP kind of makes a comeback at this point. But once again, Team 70, this is Team Origin. Scream has made a rush once again. He will completely decimate the entire team too. Once again, Team REP has just been crushed out here. Meanwhile, Team 9, this is Team FTB once again taking a very good rotation. What a great rotation which we got to see from them. But once again, they will have to kind of implement themselves here, apply themselves here, because this is going to be a fight which they wouldn't really want to take. Team Origin once again really probably taking on this particular fight as a 1v4, 1v3 situation. Is this fight a 1v3 situation? By the looks of it, it is. And once again, Rain is the last remaining survivor for his team. Will he be reigning supremacy, or will he just get demolished by Team FTB? Once again, Team FTB will look to hunt in groups at this point. They are just trying to hound Team Origin's Rain up front. The first knock coming in, Rain has started spitting blood once again. I really want to see what is going on. What is going on right here? And with that being said, will Rain be able to get the better of him? Not really. He has really knocked out 2 players, but the support spray is coming in. Hunter OP got the better of Rain. And with that being said, this is some different edition. This is Team NG Pluto, and one nade might get the entire Team 9. And with that being said, this is team number 13 who has made an addition at this point. Team number 13 will just look to dominate from this particular point on, because the team number 9, this is Team FTB, they have not just completely recovered at this point, and team number 9, that is Team FTB, they are still on their knees, and that is something which we got to see. Wait, what happened? Who got the chicken dinner? I'm not really sure, but this is Team Blur. Wait a second, what just happened in the end? Team Blur just cracking up the chicken dinner once again. Wait a second, wasn't it Team FTB who was dominating this fight? Okay, let's just revise what just happened. Okay, let's just revise the top 3 teams, right? Origin, Rain, he was the last remaining survivor for his team. FTB was just trying to hunt them down. FTB was just trying to hunt him down rather. Origin, the last remaining player, he got 2 knocks, but after that Hunter OP just took him down once again. Alright, Hunter OP probably revived one of his teammates. Another one was still knocked out. Another one was still on his knees. Definitely, Team FTB wasn't really on top form, or not top form, I would say. Definitely, Team FTB wasn't really ready to take another fight whatsoever. But Team Blur, they were clever. They were so clever. They just capitalized at that opportunity. They hurt Team FTB where it hurts the most. FTB was nowhere near ready to take that particular fight against Team Blur, and Team Blur just rushed in at that very moment. They capitalized on that particular fight and just wiped out the entire Team FTB out. What a strategy. What great eye-gelling which we got to see from Team Blur. It has been fantastic. What a game. This has been the finale which I was talking about. A climax to the extreme, I guess. This is something which Christopher Nolan should take hints from, because your Hollywood films are nowhere near PUBG Mobile's ending circles, buddy. And with that being said, what a game it was. I'm not really excited enough to kind of go after the results, because it has been a game and a half. We have looked over a lot of kills. I mean, just have a look at the stats. Team Blur with 7 kills, that shiny golden number 1 spot for them. Chicken dinner, very deserved. But once again, look at team number 2. This is Team FTB. Just have a look at the kills, okay? Count with me. 2 plus 3, 5 plus 5, 10 plus 3, 13. 13 kills, 2nd position. Are you kidding me? 13 kills, 2nd position. Team FTV has just been domination incarnate in this particular match itself. Team Origin once again, team number 3. Okay, count with me as well. 1 plus 1, 2 plus 4, 6. 6 kills, 3rd position. What a game which we got to see. EMB Sylvester could pick up 1 kill, and Faddy had 1 kill initially, so that actually makes it 2 kills. 4th position for them. Team RDP, not a lot of kills for them. They were actually pinned down very easily, and that was something which I was not really expecting. Much better performances can come in from Team RDP. With that being said, this is a 1 kill, 5th position. Not a bad performance rather, but I guess in terms of the kills department, I actually judge mostly on the kills department. I guess the stats speak for themselves. The quality of the game matters too. But once again, if you're not really able to kind of take those gunfights, I guess you have to improve yourself. You have to improve and improve a lot, and that is something which might be happening with Team RDP. Definitely a lot of good performances in future are coming in, so that is something which I'm really hoping for. Team Warp once again, Skull came up with 4 kills. We got to see that clutch coming in from Skull, right? We got to see how he just decimated Team RD right in front of our eyes. It was a fight and a half. And once again, with that being said, team number 7, just have a look at team number 7. Just have a look at the number of kills. Fragger with 4, alright, count with me. Charge 1, Fragger 4, that makes it 5. Chuddy OP with 5 kills all alone. 10 kills already. Utkarsh with 3 kills. 13 kills, 7th position. Are you nuts? He will just easily topple. I mean, not just he, but I guess this particular team KD, they will just topple a lot of teams on the way and probably make themselves placed in the 3rd or the 4th position. I don't really know, but the overall standings will actually be mattering a lot, because a lot of teams have a lot of kills, and that is something which we got to see. I mean, team KD, they have the 7th position, right? But will I say that Team RDP played better than Team KD? Definitely not. Team KD was just more dominant than any other team. If compared to Team FTB, there might be debates. It is up for debate for Team FTB versus Team KD. But apart from that, what a gameplay which we got to see from either side. It was just pure domination. Nonetheless, taking nothing away from Team Blur, they have been brilliant as well. They have played the clever gameplay. They not only racked up the kills, but also the chicken dinner spot. So that is something which is going to help them as well. And with that being said, nothing special really after this. Team RD making it the top 8, making inside the top 8 with a lot of kills as well. 6 kills coming in from them. Not a bad performance. I would say on par performance. 8th position, 6 kills. Both the departments were okay-ish type, I guess. Team RD, we expect a lot from them. I didn't really expect Team RD to get wiped out by Team Warp, but once again, these things happen, and Skull was just outright brilliant in that particular occasion, wasn't he? With that being said, Team ZF, this is Dave, Babu Rao, and Visual. Not the entire team together. Casper and Joyce are missing. Babu Rao is probably a new addition. I'm not really sure, but team number 10, this particular new team hasn't really probably groomed themselves up as much as the old team used to, because that was just domination incarnate. That old team, I really miss them. But once again, 1 kill, 10th position for them. D2E, after that initial chicken dinner in the first game, haven't really implied themselves in this match. 11th position exit for them, but once again, AB Noob came up with 3 kills. It was a brilliant match which you got to see from his perspective. But with that being said, nothing special coming in from the bottom half of the table. All victims of hot draw fights, but Cranky Panda, another player who actually got that initial squad wipe right from George Pole North. That fight is something which I'll remember for some days right now. And with that being said, what a game which we got to see. It has been thrilling. It has been all adjectives. Put all adjectives. I am loss of words at this moment. But once again, this is something which I really expect from W4RSHOT Esports. And yes, it has been great. The second match did come to an end. Once again, this is me, Akash. If you do like my casting, then please let me know in the live chat, or you can follow me up on my Instagram handle. You can also kind of send me advices if you had something regarding casting or something else. You can drop me a message. I will look onto that as well. And if you do want me to cast your scrims, then you can also get in touch with me in my Instagram handle, or you can get in touch with W4RSHOT Esports as well on that Instagram handle. With that being said, this is it for me now. The second match is over. W4RSHOT Esports scrims are over. The stream will end very soon, and tomorrow we will be back with more scrims, more PUBG Mobile, more thrilling encounters. Until then, goodbye and see you soon.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear outweighed the person you are. Oh, I left unsaid. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, now I'll find you in my dreams. My heart rages around.